Hi everybody, it's Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and I'm here to do a Friday Reads. I'm not going to apologize. I have a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a long video, get something to eat, and then come back and watch the rest of it, or break it into two, but please watch it to the end. I never can make these short. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I talk about the same things every week or what, but it just doesn't happen that way. And I would love it to be faster for your sake and mine. Okay, so today, great weather. Looking forward to Mother's Day weekend plans. My brother-in-law is up visiting my mother-in-law, so we're all going to get together on one day. And then I think for Mother's Day, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I have ideas of things that I would love. Like, I will definitely be loving breakfast in bed, and I do believe that will be happening with my husband and kids, so that's good. I would love to get a chance to read uninterrupted, not have to do any laundry, no cooking for the day. So I have a new coloring book that I am just dying to get into, so maybe I could do a little coloring. There's so many options. Maybe paint my nails because they desperately need it. I don't know, but I just think some pampering would be really in order. So that is my potential weekend plans, and of course reading books that I'm going to talk about today. But that's what I'm thinking. I think that's good for me. I'm fine with all that being my gift, as long as I'm not cooking. That's especially important, that I'm getting fed and I'm good. So the things I wanted to tell you about. One thing that I heard or saw online was that there is a movie adaptation of the book that Colson Whitehead wrote, called The Underground Railroad. I don't remember, I had read this a while back when it came out, and I talked about it, and it's a very good book. It's a different type of thinking of the Underground Railroad. It's this railroad in this book is actual underground physical railroad, and you know, it definitely was, there were definitely some hard parts in the book, but it was a really good read, and I'm really excited to see the adaptation. Now, when do you say? Here in the United States, I'm not sure how that goes everywhere else. On Amazon Prime, you can watch the adaptation on, what did I say the date was? Next Friday, the 14th of May. So look for that. Go look and see if you can find it, and see if you've read the book, or even if you didn't read the book. But I'm curious to see. And when I was looking at the preview of it, I was like, I couldn't remember some stuff. So I'm like, it would be really great if you just came fresh off the book, and then you can like look and see what did they, you know, how much they stayed true to the story, and how much which you like better, etc., etc. But I think I'm going to go into it without having read this for a couple of years and see what it is for me. But yeah, that is one bit of news. So I think that's exciting. I love to see when they turn books into movies, because you know, we have our own ideas, but I think it's also fun to see somebody else interpret stuff. So sometimes they're epic fails, sometimes they aren't. That is the case. So if you watched my last video, for those that did watch my last video, I talked about the Springathon, and I gave you a list of 10 books that I thought were really great options. And the reason why this video is actually coming to you late is because I ordered a couple of them because I really wanted them. And you could probably tell which ones they were. If you watched that video, you kind of knew what ones I was going to buy, or at least try to attempt to read within the next few months. And so I couldn't, you know, control myself. I ordered them, but Amazon was taking forever. It started that they were going to deliver it this morning, and then it kept going. So we had to wait. And when he came, I almost tackled him, but I know that it was supposed to stay 6 feet. So I waited for him to put the books down, and then I got them, and it came up here. So here I am after waiting. I ordered 3 books from that list. And let's see if you remember any of them. If you watch the video, let's see if you know the ones that I picked. Okay, so I'll go with this one. This one I think you're going to know because I kind of gushed a little bit. And so I didn't really like, you know, keep it a secret. But this one was the one, Into the Planet. Oh my God, I forgot my water. This is what didn't happen. I forgot my water. Oh my God. Maybe because I'm talking about the ocean here too. Into the Planet, My Life as a Cave Diver by Jill Heinerth. Yeah. It's a paperback, which is great. It's that floppy. She does have some photos in here, which is cool. We always like photos. But this one, I'll only briefly describe them because you can watch the other video to hear more about them. But she is a female. She goes to deep sea cave diving, and she is the first and I think farthest, is the first female and it's gone the farthest as well. And she's discovered some of the Mayan ruins as well and things like that. I mean, just really cool. So this sounded just like a fantastic read. So I ordered it immediately. I knew I had to have it. This one I'm definitely going to try to crack. This would be great on Mother's Day to start with this one. Like, I'd love to report back to you guys next week that that's what's happening. So this is one of the ones that I got. So this one I think is going to be, I don't see how it could be. I mean, unless you're really like, you started getting technical about things, I don't see how it could be bad. So let us see. The next one, I don't know if I gave away this one. And it might be surprising, but this one I definitely wanted to get. And this one is called Extraordinary Insects. The Fabulous Indispensable Creatures Who Run Our World. And it was previously published. The title was Buzz, Sting, Bite. And I remember saying then, it was like, I don't know. Buzz, Sting, Bite is not exactly like, you don't want to be experiencing that. So you probably won't pick it. So I think that they changed the cover and changed the name, and it was the right move. But this is kind of an introduction to insects and why they're so important to everything. And I think that that's fascinating because I like I said, I'm always out in nature and I'm always in my garden and I always come across a lot of insects in my gardening. But I just think that it would be really neat to kind of zero in on all of the benefits and how we're so interconnected. You know what I mean? They're not them. We're not separate from them. They are a part of the ecosystem. So here we go. We have this one and the cover is really pretty. It's a paperback as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to show this to you because I told my son, I'm like, I really need to learn to video edit so that I can put the book up here, you know, when I don't have it. Because literally I held paper up with a printout with the covers on it and he rolled his eyes and it was like, Mom, that is so sad. So I need to step it on the video because if I want to talk about things that I don't own, which is often, I would love to have the cover. If I have the book, I hold it. If I don't have the book, I think it would be really great to do that. So I need to get with the times. So this one, I definitely want to look into it. Oh, and in here, look, I ordered a couple of natural, like nature bookmarks too. So this one is really pretty. And they're pretty because they're coated. And so on one side is one shot. And then on the other, like, so this way, if it was laying in your book, it would be like that. And if it was up vertical. So you get the vertical and the horizontal. Well, not in that one. This one's the same on both sides. But for most of them, they have the vertical and the horizontal. They're so pretty. Aren't they pretty? I love it. Nice, pretty scenes. This one's like a bridge with a waterfall. So yeah, so I got bookmarks. Because when I read, like I will start a book and I'll say in my head, sometimes out loud, oh, I want to read to here. So I'll put the bookmark there and then I'll start reading. And then hopefully I make it to that bookmark. And then I will say, okay, I want to read to here. Sometimes I put more than one, but usually I'll flag it. But I usually like to do that to kind of give me a little motivation, you know, when I'm going and feel like progress is happening. So there's that one. The third one, and I only got 3 of them. I contained myself to 3 books. This one is a hardcover, and I think this one was a total giveaway because I love butterflies. This is Bicycling with Butterflies, my 10,201 mile journey following the monarch migration by Sarah Dykman. And that's the cover. Now this looks so much better than the printout, right? You probably couldn't even really get this on the printout. I saw it on the screen, so I knew what it looked like, but it's really, really gorgeous when you see it in person. And it's much better than seeing a printout from a printer that didn't have toner. So this one follows her on her journey. And look here too, like this you couldn't see on there. Inside here, she has a little map, right? that shows she goes from Mexico City all the way up to Canada, back down Boston, New York, and then she it shows her whole, you know, trek that she went, and it has a key, and the key, based on the type of line, was the time of month that she was in these different locations. So excited to read this one. I think it's going to be so much fun, like a fun book to read. So I've watched a lot of documentaries on, I'm watching the migration of them, and I always get sad at the end because they die. My husband goes, it's not your first time watching one of these. Why do you get so sad? And I'm like, because they die and they're so beautiful. And then I always ask all the same questions. Do they know they're going to die? Did they live a good life? Yeah. Okay. So there you know. Okay. There's me. So there's that. So not on Springathon, I have this one that I have started. And that is Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. I think Greenidge. I had talked about this when I had pre-ordered it. It's a historical fiction. I am enjoying it. I'm proud to say, the only thing I don't like is it doesn't have chapter numbers. It that drives me nutty. These are like sections. So I am on page 70. Well, that might be about 75. So that's not bad. I mean, you know, I'm about there. So it could be done before the end of the month. It's good so far. I'm going to reserve my thoughts until I get in further and see what turn it will take. It kind of reminded me a little bit in the beginning of, what was the one? Do I have it here? I might not even moved it. There was one that I had started this year that was similar kind of concept with the mother who used herbal medicines and stuff like that. And I can't think of what it was called, but it reminds me a little bit of that in the beginning of this. But it is good so far. I'm enjoying that. So I have that. So those are the things I'll be reading. I was thinking about videos. I have another video I recorded this week, but I guess it was Friday, so I will probably pop that up next week. And that would be my wrap up for last month. Because I kind of put it out of order. I was going to put that up first and then put the Springathon, but because Springathon is the 1st to the 14th, I figured I'll put that up. So anytime I give you the April wrap up would be okay, right? So I'm going to push that into next week. And then, yeah. And then I was thinking of doing a May TBR, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to squash that this month just because of I would have normally done it closer to the very beginning of the month. I think that it's safe to say that I'm going to continue with this one and dabble into these and see which one kind of rolls out on top for me to see to the end. And then what else did I say? Was there anything else I was thinking about? Oh, the other book, which was the read along for the Springathon, which is The Way Through the Woods. It hasn't come up yet. I'm getting a little panicky. I had put myself on hold for the audiobook. So I don't know. I'll have to look and see at the end of today where that is with that, because I wanted to do that. I have a secret book that I have started that kind of can go with the Springathon. That is something that I totally don't think I would ever really read, and I'm really enjoying it. And my husband, when I told him the title, he laughed. And then he's like, and when I tell him, you know, when I talk about the book to him, he's like, that's pretty interesting. And I know, right? And so I feel vindicated because he sees that there is some logic to my mind. But that's my secret book. I'm not telling you guys. I'll probably spill the beans. I've been doing pretty good not spilling the beans on my secret books. So there is that, and there was another possible secret book, but I don't know. I need to work on this and whatever happens here. And I have some graphic novels that have just popped up that I started one of them, and they're really good. And I think what I'm going to do is, if I should finish them by the end of the month, or whenever I finish them, I will do them all together. I think it's 3 of them. And I will do a separate video because I wanted to remember before I was doing my graphic novels and comics, and I kind of fell off that. So I think I'll do that as well. This video is turning into Belinda's planning session, and that's not what's interesting, right? So what are you guys reading this weekend? Any of you moms out there, what are you doing for your Mother's Day or hope for in your Mother's Day? Am I aiming too low this year? I really just want to do nothing but read, color, relax, paint my nails, read, color, relax. And if it's sunny and nice, get outside and get a little bit of sun. That will be wonderful. That's all I need. Gearing up for next weekend, I get my second and final COVID shot. So I may record an extra video next week that I can pop up in case I'm not feeling well to do a midweek. Because I usually try to record midweek. So again, I'm planning. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me know what you guys are reading. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope this isn't too long. I'm not going to look at it and it's like 30 minutes. I'll be so mad. Anyway, that is it. These are the books that I got. I'm really excited. This is what was happening. I'm definitely going to, I've already started this. I think what I'll do is read a chapter in each one of these and see which one sticks with me, and that just pulls me in, and then I want to keep reading, and then that's the one I'm going to select for sure. And then I'm going to try to see if I can find out about that audiobook that is the group read, because I just want to, it'd be kind of nice to read something that everybody is reading too, for Springathon. So let me know what you guys are up to, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.